So we're just going to head back to Texas. San Antonio we have been to technically before, but only as part of the Winterland. I kind of cheated. Sort of. I went there via a portal from Winterland. Isn't quite the same thing as actually visiting there in the first place.
Let's do this.
So I feel we should go back there again. So let's see how we go. Oh. And I should really visit the services as well and like repair. And try and do like a damageless actual delivery once I pick up the trailer or something. Or buy the garage as well. I'm hoping to do this all in one run, but I think I'll have to take a break part way. Even though it's not as long as it could have been. Is that a rare Mr. Smarty ult? A rare sighting. A rare sighting of there being 2 viewers on my channel instead of 1. Thank you for the 100 bits. Shut up, it's still pretty much Christmas. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's close enough, right? It'll be Christmas in less than 360 days. Those people who are so super obsessed with Christmas, they start counting down immediately. Thank you for the Christmas bitties. Bitmas?
Get ready to
Merry
turn
Bitmas.
right.
There we go. Bitmas can be any time of year.
Turn right.
Is that a truck dealer over there anyway? Or is it just services? I think it might just be services. If it was a truck dealer, that would be good.
Finally, we are here.
Finally, we're here. God, Geralda's so needy. This trailer is going to be such a pain, I can tell right now. This is... At least I'm not doing it for an hour and a half. It's only going to be just over half an hour, probably, to
Get on with
do
it.
this delivery. This old guy's pretty nice. Thank you, and goodbye. I should do that as well, you know. Should create like 5 alt accounts. Dig out all my old phones. Create different Google accounts for them.
Turn left.
And different Twitch accounts and just log in multiple times. Just rack up that ad money. Get that sweet, sweet 2 cents per view on an ad or some shit.
Never mind. I'll find a new.
Oh, I actually got caught on the fence coming out because I didn't give enough allowance on the turn. That's the worst thing about these big deliveries is allowing the turning circle.
Let's find a new route.
I have a whole dollar. I do. I used to be able to just repair all. Now you actually have to click repair all and confirm and not replace all because that would cost a lot. I still haven't looked at whether or not AI trucks kind of rack up permanent damage or not, and if you have to eventually replace those. I really hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, arguably you should, and that way it's like a little bit of an offset of all the free cash that they bring in, but I kind of hope not, because that would just be rough. Now, we're going to actually check the route that they've plotted out for me as well, because I want to make sure that I'm getting my theoretical money's worth out of this. I should have gone back to Kansas City, let's be honest, and gone from there, but never mind. Too late now. Ship has sailed. We won't go there, but we'll just drive past there for the fun of it. This is actually a completely different road that we've not taken, so that's nice. That's actually really worthwhile. I like that. Looks like there might be some of the little historical bits on the side as well that I need to be mindful of. I should make an effort to stop at those rather than just blasting past them, ideally. This we've already been, because that was our way down to... Oh no, Enid was different. We've just been this way. I should go this way instead, because I haven't been this way before. It doesn't increase it too long, and that covers off that bit of road as well. Because we've only been on half of that road, so that's quite good. Oh hey, we can do a viewpoint and photo op as well in McAllister. We'll just pick up a little bit of Oklahoma that we've missed as well. Why not? Why not indeed? And yeah, that's actually quite good. I enjoy that. We can do half of this or complete that. I think we'll do the one we haven't been on. Yeah, Waco, we've, yeah, done a dog's breakfast through there. And then through here, looks like we've been on part of it, and we should actually make the effort to go off there instead. We'll see if, I mean, Geralt will just have to yell at me and I'll have to actually pay attention to him for once, basically. There's all these weird roads with, like, the side bits to them. That's so odd. Okay, and then, oh, we go past a viewpoint on the way there. That's nice. Yeah, it's almost at a point that we visited for Winterland. Excellent. Cool. Well, that's now made it take even longer, so we're definitely going to have to take a break somewhere. The amount of time we've spent messing about here, we're definitely going to have a little bit of a break somewhere along the way. That's alright. AI trucks do. If you go to the truck manager, it says damage now. Fair's fair, I guess. I don't like it, but
Then turn left.
it's one of those things that, once again, I just wish they had included an option, just turn damage
left.
off. If you're going to make the mechanic even more punitive than the token that it already was, but I know some more casual players of this game had struggled with damaging their truck. You know, crashing, racking up damage, having to pay for it. You end up losing most of the value of cargo just by having to repair your truck sometimes. And AI truck drivers is a good way to kind of subsidize that. Once you get to that point anyway, you've got to be pretty careful to build yourself up. So there's a lot of ways that it can happen that you can end up, yeah, not making much.
Then exit right.
So for a more casual player, having the ability to just turn damage off
Exit right.
makes sense to me. Especially if you're going to then add in the factor of basically having to replace your truck every now and then. And then having to do that for AI drivers as well. Speaking of, you know what I was saying about trying to do this without damage? Yeah. Yeah, we ain't doing that anymore. That's what happens when someone crosses an intersection. Visit service immediately. I don't think there's one nearby. Oh, there is. To the south by Emporia. Yeah, well that resolution didn't last very long, did it? But a good T-bone's always a nice way to... steak. New sprite in the game for damaged AI drivers. Oh yeah. It'll turn red if it's damaged. Well, mine would be. I don't know, making it more of a truck manager simulator, I get it, but I also don't like it. I'm all for games to have extra complications added to them within reason, but I am very firmly the idea that things like that should become optional. I'm very much a proponent of play it your way, and if you don't want to have to deal with all of that bollocks, then ideally you shouldn't be forced to, but whatever. Ignore them until there's a problem. Oh yeah, sure. Like that's what you'd end up doing, is you just ignore them until... The problem is when you've got like a bunch of them all hitting that point at the same time, if you're already kind of struggling a bit. Oh hey, an excuse to go into the services here. That's what I really wanted. I just wanted the excuse to go into the services, that's all.
Go straight.
Oh, was it the other side? That's stupid. Got like 4 gas stops and 3 rest stops and only 1 service stop. Okay. Repair all again. There's 33,000 gone. Ooh, we should actually replace these tires. Yeah, sure, we'll actually do a replacement. We'll replace our tyres. They have a lot of wear on them. Why not? Not the cheapest thing to replace too. So. Unfortunately, we can't repair our trailer that we messed up a little bit. That's alright. We have like 20 drivers, money isn't an issue to begin with. Yeah, the problem is getting to that point though, right? It's the thing, it's like, yeah, for someone like us who plays the game a lot, yeah, it looks like I rack up a lot of damage, but that's mostly because when I'm driving on stream, I'm not driving the most responsibly. It's kind of odd that when I'm driving privately, I pay a lot more attention. Kind of take it more seriously almost. But this is meant to be entertaining after all. We don't do a very good job of it, but occasionally we try. Cruise control. I remember when I was very first starting out playing this game, that it was definitely a case of I was having to be mindful. Like, I wasn't having to be super careful or anything, but I was having to be mindful of not taking damage, not charging through intersections like that at 65 miles an hour, for example, or actually braking if I saw a car, instead of just charging for it and hoping for the best. I was kind of hoping that they were turning, basically, and then I could go around them. Yeah, just not doing stupid stuff like that, and... Excuse you, Mr. Car overtaking me. The speed limit is 65. It's probably truck speed limit, this is car speed limit. Bastard. Anyway. Yeah, it was definitely a case of you have to be mindful of it and work your way towards the point of being able to hire new drivers. For me, it was usually a case of I would upgrade my truck and then give my old one to the AI driver. Just give them my cast-offs, basically. Yeah, I mean, in ETS 2 especially, it's just money go burr. But, again, that's predicated on a point where we've been fortunate enough to not have AI driver damage being a consideration, or our own replacements being a consideration, right? You know, already built our empires. So, it would be interesting in terms of starting fresh and seeing what it's like now. That would be an interesting experiment. Maybe if I had more time. One of the biggest complaints was how many cop cars there are. Or was RNG, there's 20 car mods when there's only 5 and one was a cop car. Yeah, sounds about right. I think that was probably a conscious choice of just wanting, or a semi-conscious choice anyway, of wanting to have a police presence that was fairly, like, noticeable. You know, you've got your fines and everything, so you want them to be around to ping you for things, basically. I mean, back in the old days with Wheels of Steel and stuff, there was cops on the side of the road pretty regularly, I feel. And there wasn't even a way to turn them off. And that's the thing that gets me with the whole damage change, right? Is you can turn off fines, you can turn off fatigue. There's a cop car right there, for example. He's got no reason to stop me at the moment, but if this wasn't an external contract, I'd be screaming through here at like 100 something Ks. No. I am doing 100 something Ks. 90 miles an hour, put it that way. But yeah, it's like, you've got fines being optional, you've got fatigue being optional. But damage isn't? When that seems like it's the thing that people would get pinged by a lot more. I don't know, seems strange. It's just the inconsistency of it is odd. I bet there's mods that deal with it anyway, let's be honest. Stuff like speeding or headlights at certain points in which you can be fined. Yeah, and red lights, like every single time if you don't stop at a red light. Exactly. That was one of the main reasons I turned fines off early on, was just because I would get pinged for running a red light just because I stopped like 10 centimeters over the line. So I'm not blocking the intersection. I have come to a complete stop. I just missed this specific marker. It's like, well, screw you then. I'm just going to run red lights, and oh hey, I can just turn off the fines from them anyway, so why don't I just do that? And now I don't have to stop at way stations either. And I can speed to my heart's content. You know, it's... If you're going to be hard line about it being such a realistic-ish simulator, then don't have it that I can turn that crap off and that I must rack up damage. So I don't mind things like that necessarily when they're consistent. I would still prefer them all to be optional. Like, it's really handy to just turn off fatigue every now and then. It's like, oh, I missed the fact that I needed to sleep and there isn't a rest area nearby. I'll just turn fatigue off then until I'm ready to sleep. Doesn't happen often, but it does sometimes, especially on community event streams. Again, it happens less likely when I'm actually playing privately, but not that I play this off stream that much these days anyway. Used to a lot more. Same with the, like, realistic fuel consumption. You know, being able to switch that on and off. This game allows right on red, but Europe does not. Yeah, which is realistic. Okay, there's tons of glitches around it. Oh, yeah. Run reds by having your right indicator on. Yeah, I used to do that a lot.
And then exit left.
It's probably not very surprising. I used to do that a lot.
Exit left.
Exit left. This one? I hope you mean this one. Yes. Good. Let's go in the truck for this, actually, because it's a bit tight through here. Patch that one out pretty fast. I feel it wasn't very fast. I feel it took a while. I was taking advantage of that for a long time, I think. I think you can still kind of get around it if you, like, indicate turning right, start turning right, and then go back into the intersection again. Yeah, it kind of works, but it's kind of more hassle than it's worth, really. Especially since, at the end of the day, you can just turn them off. So just, if you're worried about running red lights or trying to find ways around it, just turn off fines, right? They still have that as an option. So you just turn them off. I mean, the fact that they, like, if there was a damage option, I would likely have turned that off a while ago as well. Not because of my own doings, but for a similar sort of nitpicky reason of turning fines off for the red light cameras. It being that, well, not just red light cameras, also sometimes people crash into you and you get a fine for it, which is annoying. Like, someone will change lanes into you and you get fined, which, yeah, sucks. But, like, it's the damage you get just by driving over rough ground sometimes. Like, there's been many times over the last few months of streaming this that just be in one of those depots that has really rough ground or a road leading up to it, like a dirt road leading up to it, and you're just driving along, not even speeding necessarily, I often am, but even just moseying along at like 30 miles an hour within the speed limit, and it just pings you for like 2%, 3% damage. Just chip damage, basically. Just for driving over a rough surface. It's like, excuse you? So I'd have turned damage off just from that alone by now, if it was an option. It's just slightly more effort to look for a mod that does that instead. Because I bet there's a modifier or something somewhere that it could be set to 0. Turn right on a red, pull a U-turn, turn right again, you can run a red. Yeah. If you can do a U-turn safely, obviously. But again, that just feels like extra steps. Like, if you're that dedicated to doing that, it's like, why? Is it really saving that much time? I could understand doing that if it's one of those cases where like the lights are red but the intersection is empty and you're like, why am I doing this? But then it's like, well, if there isn't a red light camera, no one's going to notice if you just run it anyway. If you're going to be that flagrant about flaunting the laws, then what do you actually care? I'm fairly sure if you did that in this game, it would be fine with that, right?
Go straight.
I mean, how would it tell? Ah, so up here I think was, is this one of the historical things, or is this a... This was just me wanting to come this way, I think that's why that mark is there. Over the big river. Mining machines over there. Should we stop at the services?
Go straight.
I feel we should at least pull in there. Oh, you are letting me go. I did indicate on the idea that it might work for them letting me through.
Okay.
Oh, this is meant to be the exit. Oops. That does make sense.
Turn when possible.
Like, I should have gone in the other way. Oh well. So, how would I... No, that makes no sense. How would I do that from the other side? So there's like... I can turn in there. Huh? What? Okay, I did what made sense to me because the game makes no sense. Like, you'd have to turn right, and then that's the exit, not the entrance. There's no way that you can actually get in there, even though you're allowed to turn left from this side. Whatever. We're on the 69 again, so... Nice. Back in the day when we were in a rush, Dad used to do that, because it used to be legal, new law made it illegal. Just do it because running a red is legal, this isn't. How do they police that, though? Like... That's a very convoluted thing to make illegal. Oh, it's legal to turn right on a red, but it's illegal to turn right on a red and then do a U-turn. So, well... How do you police that? Like, if it's... So long as there is not a no U-turn sign on the road. If it says that there's a no U-turn sign on the road, then it was legal to start with, right? So, you're making something illegal that shouldn't be because nothing is telling you that it isn't. So, it could be a legitimate mistake of someone turning right and going, oh crap, I actually wanted the next right. Oh, I can do a U-turn. I'll do a U-turn. And now I'll turn right. There's nothing illegal about that to me. Trying to make that legal is just stupid. Like, what are you achieving by doing that? If you had people causing crashes or getting into accidents because they were doing the U-turn part of it, then, well, just put a no U-turn sign on the road, right? Just have it, no U-turns at intersections. Just make that a blanket rule. That covers it. You can only really pull U-turns at intersections. You can pull a U-turn whenever your turning circle allows you to. Keep by saying you're not at an intersection, but you are at an intersection. you were just at an intersection. Whatever. So that's very arbitrary, quite stupid. So you can literally do a U-turn wherever your turning circle allows you to, unless you've got no U-turn signs literally everywhere. And this is just your road code, is that you're not allowed to do U-turns. I don't think there's an explicit thing about it here. Here you do get specific no U-turn signs, usually at intersections, to stop you doing a U-turn at that intersection. It's rarely is there such a thing on common roads. Nice through here. Is that a South Canadian river? That's ambitious. We're a long way from the border. And it's only illegal if a couple cameras around. Also that. And a camera wouldn't be able to catch it very easily. Red light cameras usually watching the intersection, not the bit before it or after it. Okay, off we go. This is to go to the viewpoint and photo op. That we missed at some point, or just didn't go after at some point. For McAllister. There's the dead centre of town, looks like. There's quite a lot more in this city to uncover as well, but that can wait for another time. Sure, there's a services or a garage that we can walk back to if we need to. Okay, so the viewpoint is on the other side of the road. So we're going to have to U-turn for that. The photo opportunity is not. It's just McAllister downtown, there you go. So we can just do whatever the hell we please for this, I guess. Let's do it looking straight down the middle, I guess. Sure. Very nice.
Go straight.
And all this talk of U-turns has made me need to do one, apparently. We're going to turn left on a red and do a U-turn. And we'll get our trailer caught on the side. Nope, we made it. And I assume the viewpoint is for the town centre that we just took a photo of. Which is a good idea. There's been a few cases in Kansas where it felt like that would have made more sense than what it was actually of. There we go. Can do, apparently. I guess that's the thing for viewpoints in Oklahoma, for some reason. The Majestic Event Center, apparently. It's alright, it's not that majestic. A church. And it is nice. I especially like the the red flowers or berries or whatever those are. They remind me of the Bahudakawa that we get around here, quite frankly. I don't imagine they are, but similarly red flowered shrub slash tree that flowers in summer. So very similar. Not quite as big though. Okie dokie. Alright. Yoga studio. Not a Yoda studio. Fit you are. Anyway, with that, I'm going to take a short break. I will be back in a few minutes and we'll continue the rest of this journey. I don't think we're... Are we halfway? We might be halfway. We'll find out after the break.
Never mind. I'll find a new route. Keep right, and then continue straight.
I just realised I was still muted. Oops. Wasn't saying anything of consequence, don't worry. We are just hitting the road again.
Go straight.
And finishing off our delivery. I think we got probably about halfway, I think. I was wondering whether it was or not, and I think it was about 12 and a bit hours. We're now 7 hours, basically. Go this way, since we had to U-turn to get to the landmark, rather than going around through the town. Just back to the main road. Ah, there's that little bit of road off to the side there. So many weird pieces of road around here, but there's a garage there, there's services, we can come back here very easily whenever we feel like it. For now, let's just get moving. I think we've already been on this bit before, that's why we were going to go round. Oh well. Yeah, we could have also joined on there. Doesn't matter.
Go straight.
So we need to... Oh, it's depot. I thought we needed to come the other way. Just a depot. All sorts going on around here. Very confusing set of roads. And we're just cutting corners where we can as well. Try and make our route just a little bit shorter, wherever possible. Okay, up here I think we've not been on this side. That's why I wanted to come this way, I think. This side of the road. Basically, we're doing the other end of the 69, apparently. So, read into that what you will. Over the railway. North Bogey Creek, I think that's it. How unsavory. We're up to Durant, looks like. West Main Street is soon. Durant. Durant. Durant, 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 Durant. Awesome. Steak night. Now there's no idea. This music just makes me, just reminds me that Persona 3 Reload is coming out soon. And I wonder, A, whether or not the music is going to be the same or similar. I would hope so. I mean, I hope they have some new tracks as well, but I also wonder whether to stream that. But then I feel it's going to be kind of, I don't know.
Keep left.
Long for a start. they usually are, but very grindy is the main problem with those games. Like, I did a bit of 4 Golden for a while, but it does get to the point that it just feels like you've got a lot to grind. And I guess you could just do those bits off stream, or like introduce them on stream and then do them off stream. Do like a montage maybe otherwise. There's so many times playing those games where every now and then I'll just have to, okay, let's run it through the levels in, be it Tartarus or various people's dungeons in 4, or Mementos in 5. In this case, I've just got to run through this a few times, gain some levels, spend literally hours in the Velvet Room fusing things, trying to get the right combinations. It's also the sort of game that different people do different things, and there's different priorities and dialogue choices and stuff, and also spoilers that people may be concerned about. So it's like, well, you immediately lose the player base of anyone, the viewer base of anyone who wants to play it for themselves, I guess. I guess at least with it being a remake, like, we know the story. If you're interested in the franchise, at least, you already know the story. That was one of the other reasons why I stopped doing 4 after a certain point. It's like, okay, let's run through the very mandatory, obvious story beats. And then it gets to a certain point where you've got to make more decisions and branch out, and there's different social links and stuff. And at that point, okay, time to leave it. It's like a demo almost. But I've been playing through 5 multiple times, because I've been doing New Game Plus runs to try and fill out the Thieves' Den. And I can't help but feel that some of the interactions and stuff would be fun to include on videos. I seem to remember that's gone off Game Pass though, so I'd have to actually get it on Steam. Or get a capture card for PlayStation. That would be more annoying though. I'd rather do it in my office. I mean, I'm not particularly averse to just buying the game again. Just getting it on Steam, just buy it on all the platforms. It's not like I'm not gonna get my money's worth in terms of the hours that I'll put into it. It would be kind of interesting to do a few more natural runs of it, because I followed a guide the first time I played it, as I often do with games. Because you never know how much you're going to want to play something, so I don't want to continue playing a game that's already like 80 hours long to unlock a few things if I've done it suboptimally. But it does feel like there's kind of 3 different ways to play through it. Certainly, you've got to do a New Game Plus run of some description if you want to take on the secret bosses. And that's true of all of the Persona, modern Persona games at least. I don't know about 1 and 2. Don't really
Keep
get them.
right, and then turn right.
This is Dallas, by the way. Dallas in Fort Worth. It's funny how I always end up just talking about other games while playing this one, eh? There's not as much to talk through what I'm doing.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Ah, bollocks. Just once again clipping a tiny bit of geometry. Am I stuck? Not quite, but almost. Didn't do much damage. That's the weird thing. Like, you'd expect doing something like that to really rack up damage on my truck, but it's just 1%. I was just narrowly clipping a piece of geometry on the barrier, I think. Like, you expect to just kind of skid off it or bounce off it, but because they're in sections,
Turn right.
there is just little seams in the geometry, I think, and those are what you get caught on. Whereas this amount of mass, like even if it's like a wooden barrier like a bit behind it, I think it would just break. I don't think it's holding this massive truck. I mean, we were also speeding. That's it's definitely on me. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely my fault for crashing like that. But it is strange how physics just reacts, and that's just game physics for you in general. So basically, I think the plan for this year is 1, win lotto, which means buying a ticket, but hey, I can do that. Win $1 million. Retire from work or reduce to part-time hours. Stream full-time, play Persona. Question mark, question mark, question mark, profit? Probably not, but that's what investments are for. I think the interest of $1 million should help. Even minusing off the amount to clear the mortgage. But I probably wouldn't break the... would I? Would I break the fixed term and just clear it? Maybe? Or maybe I just wait until things came up for renewal and then just pay them off when they're on floating. Like, yeah, you're racking up interest in the meantime, but I don't know, investment returns probably more? Actually, definitely more.
Keep left.
We've got a long-term fixed term on the bulk of our mortgage amount, and interest rates have gone up since then, such that just our general savings account earns more on interest. Unfortunately, we don't have the same amount in it, but it's definitely a better option to invest rather than pay down more. Which is, you know, we are paying more than we need to, and maybe I should change that. I don't know. I keep wondering about that. Oh, I should only change it if I know I'm not going to spend it. If I'm going to spend it, then... But also the interest amount is calculated on the amount as it is, and the more we chip away at the principal of it, the less interest gets added in the first place. So, you know... I don't know. These complicated financial decisions that you don't normally think about. It's those sorts of things that really need to be dealt with in maths class more. I'm at least better than most when it comes to knowing how to do calculations and things, but applying those consistently and knowing the best thing to do, it can be tough. I just happily have the $7.5 million that I've got in my bank account in this game. Which I feel has increased dramatically over the last little while. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been fast traveling around so much and doing really long deliveries that we've just racked up so much from our AI drivers, but I feel it wasn't that long ago that I was at half that amount. If only earning money was so easy. It's another area where there's like a weird side road going parallel to the main road. It's kind of odd. I don't quite understand it. I mean, I understand the existence of it. I'm just surprised they put it in the game like that. Normally they just have the main interstates. Apparently I need to sleep soon. Ah, that was not anticipated. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. Well, 244, 118... We would be in the danger zone a bit. Like, we'll tip over the point that we'll start to black out. But it will also be getting to nightfall by the time we're getting closer. Like, it's already 7:15. I feel sun starts to set 8-ish? 8:30? So we should be on the lookout for places to sleep. I feel icons show up on the in-dash GPS more often as well. Services over there. Just need to be on the lookout for places to stop, really. Though not right now, but in in-game hours time, which is hard to judge where we'll be at that point. Alternatively, there is just a, you know what? Less thinky, more doey. Because I noticed that my gas is getting low as well. I may as well just pull in here. Fill up, rest,
Finding new route.
and then hit the road again. And finish the job without having to worry.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Never mind.
I'll find a new route. Okay, let's find a new route.
No idea if I'm coming in this
Turn right.
correct direction or not. Well, there's the arrows, so hey, we actually did it properly for once. Rather than getting to the point of us almost running out of fuel again, like we did yesterday. It's weird that the arrow has us drive through here, and yet all of these trucks are facing the other direction. It's odd. Well, we're just going to drive through here anyway and hope that it gives us the point that we can stop. Yay, it did. Okay, pull up next to that guy. Cool. Let's sleep the night away. 10 to 6 in the morning. So it's, you know, still a bit before dawn, but that's alright. Now, how the hell do we get out of here is the next question. I assume we just have to turn around and go back out the same way we came in. I guess through these channels that don't have a gas marker. Well, there's still an arrow, but tough. There's a weird little bit that we haven't discovered there. That's alright. I think it thinks that we're on it at the wrong point. There's a depot there. Do like a quick job or something.
Right.
Sunrise. So we listen to the Velvet Room Blues. Welcome to the Velvet Room.
And then exit left.
This place exists between mind and matter, between dream and
Exit
reality.
left.
You seem to hold the truck card. Do a combo game between Persona and Truck Sim. You play as a truck driver and you go between places and there's different pallets at each stop. That'd be funny. You could only continue a particular confidant by driving back to that city. Would be nice to have a little bit more of a human element in some of these games. They do have some, like, interactions with people. Picking up deliveries and stuff.
Keep left.
Just change lanes into someone. Almost did what I hate them doing. You have become that which you hate. Not for the first time.
Keep left.
Guess that's the skyline of San Antonio, probably. Kind of want to go through the rest stop area. Leave it right to the end.
Never mind.
And there's still a little bit that is undiscovered, of course.
Go straight.
Safety rest area. Let's drive through it at 65 miles an hour.
Let's find a new route.
How's that for safety?
Rerouting.
That little
Finding
bit
new
is so
route.
annoying. I hate how that happens.
Never mind. Rerouting.
And yet it hasn't happened at this end.
Keep left.
Go figure. Well, we'll want to come this way again at some point because there's this little offshoot here.
Keep
You never
right.
pulled in at the
Then
heritage stop,
exit
I don't
right.
think. I remember thinking, oh, I need to make sure to slow down and pull in at a heritage
Exit
stop in
right.
Kansas. And I didn't. Oh well. Yeah, there's still quite a lot to do in Kansas. Quite a lot around Kansas City in particular. But then I feel when Missouri comes out, we'll probably be hanging around there a lot. That might be our entry point. We also might just continue on the Cruising Kansas playlist by exploring a few more places. There's still a couple of viewpoints that we didn't hit, I think, and I'm sure there's still some photo opportunities that we haven't taken.
Keep left.
But the intention, we'll see how long the intention lasts, given that there's so many other things that I want to do. Oh, this is Austin, sorry. I thought this was San Antonio already. Oh, we've got to go through Austin first, apparently. Yeah, the intention is to, from here, continue cruising Texas a bit more. Try and pick up some deliveries to the cities that we've not yet been to. The two down south. And there's a couple in like the Midwest area of the state that we've not actually been to yet. Abilene, much like San Antonio, is one where we've only been to as part of the Winterland event. Let those cars go first. But I am indicating, so the guy who was trying to overtake me can go screw himself. But yeah, continue on cruising Texas a little bit. I mean, as we can see right there, this is Austin, I believe, and is it? Maybe it is. There's a viewpoint there, and there's a garage. So, lots to do here. A Volvo dealer! Oh, I know how I'm starting my next episode on this game. I've been wanting to get a Volvo again for ages because... Now, the Western Stars are lovely. We'll start by saying that. The Western Stars, these trucks are very nice. Well appointed. But one of the big problems that I have with them is they don't have a distance to empty. Something so simple they have on their kind of dash displays. They don't have distance to empty as an option. Also, the nose is just a bit bigger. It's a very long... Not as long as some, not as long as the old ones. But I feel that the Volvos just... They've got really nice handling. And I think twice now I've bought myself a new Volvo, only to then have a new truck come out. Such as this one, for example. This one came out as a new release, a new inclusion. I just realised I never set cruise control going again, but I'm just gonna coast to the next intersection anyway.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Cab time.
Keep left, and then turn left.
That sounded demonic. Cab time. Been losing my voice, had a bit of a cold lately, and just my voice is nearly shot today for some reason. I think it's that post-cold nasal drip throat.
Get ready to turn right.
Let's not overcook it too much. I feel the speed limit on this road is probably going to be 35 anyway. No, it's still 55. Oh, please don't let there be a train.
Go straight.
25 up here. I can't even set my cruise control to that. I think it only kicks in at 30. Maybe I'm getting confused with K's now. That's alright. We will stop at the viewpoint. Or should we do the viewpoint next time? That is the first thing I do. Because that's a cruise in Texas viewpoint. Well, we've done an Oklahoma one this stream already, I guess, but no, we won't leave that, because for all I know, I'm going to end up warping somewhere else at some point before I pick this. Excuse me. Oh, it jackknifed the end, didn't it? Oh, I hate these trailers. Let's just do a wide turn and come back at this. Like this, there's this whole area here. Surely there's no invisible wall. He says, tempting fate. All the way across here, over the cables. Let's just turn all the way around here. And now we do the viewpoints. Because for all I know, there's going to be another DLC or something. I'm going to end up in a completely different part of the map. There's still 13 more. There's 12 out of 25 for this for the achievement. Still 13 more Texas viewpoints to see. So this one will be stolen by a Cruising Kansas stream, but hey, maybe we put it in both playlists, because we went to both places. We've probably, no, not probably, we've definitely driven through more of Texas in this run than we have in Kansas anyway. We've come quite a way down into Texas. Fairly appropriate that a track called Neo-Industrialist plays when we're looking at a giant-ass quarry. Quarry or mine or whatever. I missed what it actually said that it was to start with, which is kind of bad of me. Meant to be paying attention, but I do wish that it did have the kind of thing of where it was come up at the same time as it brought up, like, the you know, press X to quit sort of thing. The dialogue menu. Be nice if it also said what it was again. Alright, well, let's go drop this load and be done with it. We're, I think, still net up on the delivery. We took a lot of damage along the way. I feel we probably spent like 40 grand on repairs while doing this delivery. We also earned a lot from AI drivers, at least. I see it wants me to go straight ahead, but the road is directing me to the right. Even though the GPS
Maybe
thinks
you turn
I should
now.
come in from the other direction for some stupid reason. What are they thinking? Where should I place it? I'm glad they don't have that as an option. Straight ahead. Yes, thank you. Straight through here. Which is very narrow. And in fact, the trailer got caught on it. I mean, where else would you put this? Also, the thing has wheels, so I mean... There we are. That is that completed. That was not the longest delivery we've done, but 750 miles is not bad. A little bit of damage penalty. 41k, yeah, we probably spent that much in repairs. 14 out of 14. That's the important thing. Still showing the Christmas Wonderland first. Be nice if the completed ones got shuffled to the back, and the ones you were still doing were up the front. Or maybe sorted by expiry. Actually, it probably is sorted by expiry. 28th of January we had to do for finish this off, but we just wanted to get it done. Fairly sure the community reward is already done. And now we should get the Sunflower Sunset paint job, which we will look to give to our new Volvo next time we stream this, because that's what we want to do next time. We want to go back up here, I think it was, and go get a new Volvo. There's another viewpoint up there, for example. There's quite a few things just to do in the San Antonio area. There's, yeah, viewpoint there. If we can get a job to Junction, that would be nice. Yeah, and then we need to get down to McAllen and Brownsville. And, oh, Fort Stockton as well. I guess if we just get a job going through there. We shall see. There's a lot to explore still in Texas. We did a pretty good job of Kansas overall. The fact that you have to go to every city helps, but we did miss a couple of viewpoints. So we will also be back there. But I feel Texas has a bit of priority. We do also want to revisit the new roads in California at some point too. I feel I've done this road before, but maybe I forgot to save. State-wise, Arizona almost complete. We should look to actually polish that off. Nevada almost complete as well. New Mexico, those are looking good. Utah, Washington, Texas 33%. Okay, I was talking myself up on Kansas. We've only done 44% on that. Oops. But Texas 33%. I mean, it's not too surprising, but can do better, will do better. Yeah, watch this space. This year we're hoping to stretch goal. Main goal, get to 100% in ETS2, because the DLCs are less frequent on that. Stretch goal, 100% in ATS, DLCs notwithstanding. We'll see how we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm glad you could come along for Cruising Kansas. Here's our giant load that we've just dropped off at this quarry. And we shall see you next time. Take care.